Right, welcome. Lambat lah, sulai sekejap kan. Alright. Hello. Welcome. Alright, ada face cam, sabar. Face cam. Alright, join. Tadi ada trailer kan, aku tak tengok. Sagi tengok lah trailer. Sagi. Apa ni?
Hey. Mr. Albert?
Hello.
Albert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Good evening.
To the version 3.4 for the sun is set to die. Special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Lagi kita tengok trailer lah. Aku pergi solat ni.
Rebooting really does
Solat
solve
lu.
all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi everyone, I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello everyone.
Anak Sagoras.
I'm Anaxagoras.
Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you.
What are you, man?
Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart
Ini waktu lokal lah. Ikut waktu betul.
Burning sky and the fall of dawn.
7.34.
Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan.
Payahlah cerita pasal story. And orang tak nak tengok sebab ada story orang nak
We
main.
already found out the truth. So what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
Let's go, Kevin.
In the
Yep.
trailer just now, it seems like Finan is
Kevin.
I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all
Tuh.
that's happened in Amphoris.
Oh, ambil kau. Cantik lah, rupa.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite
Sunday
understand
3B confirm rerun.
this breeding
Confirm
ground, which
Kau kerja
switched
kat
from
Oyo ke
following
apa?
the path of erudition to the path of destruction.
Yelah, leak
must
cakap
be
macam tu
hiding
lah.
secrets
So,
beyond
tengok je lah.
Nova.
Confirm tu maksudnya memang dah tahu. Dia orang boleh tukar je
In
bila-bila.
addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation.
Dijangkakan lah,
in the
bukan confirm.
vortex of
Hello
Genesis.
EXO, saya agak-agak je bang. Tapi kau tulis confirm lah. Confirm tu maksudnya kau kerja Oyo lah. Confirm. Kalau leak, kalau kau cakap leak yang cakap, okey lah. Dijangkakan lah, dijangkakan.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as
Sebab
it
kalau ikut leak, Sparkle lah. Sparkle Sunday
Everything
dengan
that's
apa,
happened so far
3B
is
kan.
exactly what he wanted to see.
Okay,
That
dijangkakan
title,
ha.
Theoros, does mean spectre.
Tak ada siapa pun tahu. Tak ada siapa pun tahu apa yang confirm sebenarnya ha.
We know about the relationship
Tak ada
between
siapa
the
pun tahu.
scepter and
Unless
powers.
karakter lah. Macam okay,
Maybe Amphoris
next time
is
kita dah tahu kan. Sebab official pun dah keluar kan. Kita dah tahu Seridra dengan apa,
And Lygus is one of them.
You're exactly right.
apa lagi
The
seorang?
situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess.
Highland
Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate.
Bagi extra J lah. Takkan collab tak bagi bonus.
Chess pieces
Tak tahu lah, tengok macam mana, maybe?
Turn the board.
Rasanya
Nova could affect the world
standard selalu
beyond the
90
sky,
pool kan
and
kalau semua stay
trailblazing
legit. Tengoklah macam mana.
choices may also
Maybe dapat
determine the future.
30 pool ke? Selalu kan 20 pool kan.
Before the Era Nova actually arrives,
Kita nak tahu macam mana. Aku tak apalah. Obviously patch ni memang patch relax bagi aku, memang patch skip ya. Sebab aku dah memang team dah okey dah.
As
Apa?
someone from beyond the
Nak
sky,
tahu sistem
they
tiket tu macam
already
mana.
risked a lot by taking on
Itu je
demigods'
yang orang nak tahu.
divine authority. If something were to
Kita tengah cerita pasal story-story ni, alamak. Yeping tu tak penting lah.
They have to listen to
Apa lah dia?
Final and go home.
Batu-batu tu.
Said.
Final pool tak.
Don't betray the sincerity you've shown them.
Skip
However,
patch ni,
that
skip.
fate will still be tied to
Untuk
that
aku.
Aquarius. They'll be returning to the battlefield
Berapa banyak
of
DPS aku nak. Tak nak lah. Final dia kena ada package dia. Sunday.
On the other
Tak ada
hand,
Sunday macam kalau kau nak pull Sunday semata-mata untuk final.
have some questions
Tak lah
about
macam
Final.
bazir tu pun.
That
Kalau kau dah
Final
memang
we
ada,
saw in
okey
the
lah.
Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that
Aku rasa Sunday seri draw lah.
familiar with.
Story dah lah panjang kan tu.
But I'll leave the specific
Tapi tak lama
details
lagi kita nak test seri draw, tengok macam mana. Maybe tak perlu kan.
game in version 3.4.
Tu boleh hold dulu lah kan. Tengok kalau tak perlu kan,
Actually got
just
some other information
siapa yang
to
pull
reveal
apa?
to you.
Final, lepas tu
What
pull seri draw.
kind of information?
Following the story's progress as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoris's true nature.
Okay.
Or, as I've written,
Sunday
was
aku dah ada
the
lagi pun aku
story
mulakan
book.
physical DPS.
Even
Boleh
when I
lah,
heard of
pull
our
lah.
friend's stories,
Kalau ada Sunday dah memang aku kalau ada Sunday memang siapa yang pull final tak payah
about to happen.
tak payah
Looks
risau
like
lah
it's
kan.
turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system
Sebab
to
dia
unlock
package
even
full.
more
Kau kena
Amphoris's
sekarang ni memang kena ada
secrets.
package. Kalau tidak nanti kau rasa macam underwhelming kan.
Aside from the major updates too, as
Macam
I've
case story saya
along
scene
the way,
3B
the
kan.
skip dialogue feature, which was previously
Ni
announced,
skip dialog.
is finally going live in
Tapi berapa
version
banyak boleh skip tu
3.4.
tak tahu.
Story dialogue can
Alright.
now be skipped by section with plot summaries.
Kalau
and the
skip
main
terus semua boleh tak?
each section displayed
Malek
along
je.
the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function.
Sekali sikit-sikit je boleh
Stay
skip.
tuned.
Orang semua excited sekali macam
As we
ada
move
satu
into
dua je
version
boleh skip.
3.4, we shall take the final step
Tapi tak payah.
prophecy together and witness the truth and the
Tak ada
fate of
lagi
this world.
Eping. Tentu tak confirm lagi lah. Dia cakap pun macam tak clear.
In the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and
Apa tu?
Aaron
Transfer apa
Nova?
tu?
We'll have to keep it a secret now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short
Final.
contains a very important part of the story in version 3.
Final waktu kecil.
Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song.
Oh, ada theme song.
So don't miss it.
Maksudnya ada theme song kat lah waktu ni.
Wait to dive into the
3.4.
story already?
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
Oh, ni tempat ni. Tempat ni cantik. Tepi dia macam tepi tasik kan. Tempat autumn. Tempat lah menggodek-godek waktu beta itu. Final! Mungkin siapa yang pull final rasa mungkin waktu dia release tu kalau ada Sunday tu tak terasa sangat lah. Mungkin kurang sikit lah sebab dia punya best in slot support dia seri draw kan. Kalau ikut jangkaan. So jangan rasa kecewa lah kalau pull time dia pull. Time apa? Kau dapat dia tu rasa macam kurang ke apa kan. Jangan risau. Sebab package dia upcoming kan. Cakap lawful je.
What in the world happened to
Tak,
Vine
tak,
to
tak.
make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the
Sebab aku tengok orang duk
expectations of
dumpus
many.
je biasalah.
He is the
Karakter-karakter yang orang macam
deliverer
ramai nak pull je
chosen
orang
by the
dumpus
prophet.
kan. Macam
And Aglaya's
merendah-rendahkan
ultimate
karakter tu. Aku rasa
successor of
Finon
the
okey je.
Flame Chase journey.
Ha.
Aglaya even
Diorang
used
sekarang
her own
compare benda
death
dia
to
tak
set
lengkap
him up
lagi
for
package dia.
success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae.
Aedes Elysia ni lah nama tempat ni.
Remote village.
Nyamuk
Nothing
Aedes.
flashy, but
Nyamuk Aedes
far away from the chaos.
Probably dalam animation tu ada juga kot. Tu tasik tepi tu.
A place.
Macam tasik ke laut tak tahulah. Laut kot.
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains. And
Aedes
even a forest.
Elysia. Nama
That
pun nak
forest
Elysia.
was home to
Kenapa?
all kinds of
Yeah.
little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea.
Si, okay.
Pretended to be heroes from the old stories
laut.
and practiced our swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
Mana Whitfield tak tunjuk pun?
No
Nipu
invaders
tu.
or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae
Aedes.
alongside the Trailblazers.
Nanti orang-orang semua sebut Aedes.
Fighting's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off
Oh, belakang tu makan batu je. Ada dinosaur tu aku baru perasan. Kan ada mission yang makan batu tu.
just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Aku baru perasan dinosaur tu makan
Emperors
batu.
needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe
Hari ni
has
hujan
shifted.
tu, sejuk kan.
His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just
Yang air hot
one step
coklat
away
ni dah tak
from
hot dah.
Nova.
What up, Captain?
Foretold. The
Waalaikumsalam.
forests are about to come to light. What trials
Thank you jadi
lie
membership.
and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finan performs in battle.
You got it.
Battle!
I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill,
Siapa dia pakai? Bronya Gallagher
adjacent targets.
Bronya mesti pakai apa?
Core flames.
Lah ikut
Once
Sunday.
I've collected enough of them,
Boleh lah,
I'll
Bronya
activate my
Gallagher okey lah.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Oh, dia buat skill point unlimited tak ada skill point pun. Tak masalah skill point kan team ni.
Or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability,
Ada Sunday mungkin tak lah.
Finan will deal even
Mana skill
more
point ni? Ada tak tunjuk?
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory.
Si skill point unlimited.
after
Alright.
transforming.
No sustain lah baru shock. Lepas tu kau masuk cycle number 2 mati semua.
Can't take action while he faces the enemy.
Tak apa lah, main je lah kalau boleh tak apa.
Strength.
All alone?
Based on testing aku memang gulak lah.
Worries. All the
Alright,
talents
gulak
of
gulak
Finan
apa tune
still
apa semua.
stay active to provide him with much needed support.
Sebab kelemahan Painon lepas V5 sama je. Dia lepas kau dah keluar daripada ulti dia, kau dah dapat balik ulti dia, macam gulak dia macam struggle sikit.
Elaborate on that?
Kalau ada Sunday mungkin kurang sikit beban dia.
Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one
Lepas tu
designated
kena ada
enemy
support yang
and
pakai
adjacent
LC
target.
Sunday juga.
Calling
Ataupun
upon the
ya.
power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a
Kebanyakan
special
showcase
state
semua
called
pakai
Soul
LC
Scourge.
Sunday.
In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take
Sunday
action.
Robin ISC
During
dah
which
ready
I
ni.
receive
Ha.
reduced damage, and each hit I take
Robin,
builds up
eh?
the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I
Robin punya
retaliate,
attack
dealing
apa?
damage to all enemies and then unleashing
Attack
multiple
buff
instances
tu
of
tak ada
damage
guna pun
on
dekat dia
one
ni. Sebab dia ni dah
random
banyak dah sangat attack buff. Dia jadi oversaturated lah orang panggil.
Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these two abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my third ability. With the power of the Foundation
Dia punya
Titans,
skill
I
point
dispel
kan,
all debuffs on myself. Then use
Alright.
Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage.
Yeah.
If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Okay.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory.
Balik lah. Tunjuk lagi lepas dah. Tak tunjuk kan. Masuk cycle 2 tak tunjuk.
While casting it, Finan instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Semua enemy hilang kan.
That's nuts.
Of course,
Okay lah, untuk
power
ACU
comes with a
kan.
cost. This technique consumes two
Dua
technique
skill
points.
point kan.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus,
Oh,
when
okay.
Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal
Kapan
damage to
technique point?
all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
All right. Now that we've wrapped up Finan's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In
Ekron
version
power creep.
3.4,
Tak, Ekron tak power creep. Ekron okey je. Ada package je okey je. Macam mana Ekron power creep pula? Lain ni, dia ni bukan inner toughness pun.
Let's go! Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us
Stack dia
what's
lain.
changed.
Stack dia tak sama macam Ekron. Ekron debuff. Dia stack dia on action.
Okay,
Okay, Wolf AOE. Let's go. Siapa yang pull Cypher untuk tim Ekron? Ya Allah, kenapa? Benda ni dah ada dah.
Exactly.
Tak apalah run dengan Cypher kan. Apa benda run Cypher? Si Wolf Oh, masuk kau dia punya teknik. Oh ya ya, boleh lah kata power creep. Tapi itu kira power creep kan? Tak lah, mungkin lah. Orang jauh cu si Wolf. Celah mana pula Cypher?
To apply the weakness we actually want.
Cypher E1 kot.
Next up, Kafka. After
Tak tahu, tak main dot, tak tahu.
Kafka's skill trigger more
Follow up.
DOT on enemies.
Dia kan follow up man.
Whenever a teammate hits an enemy target
Ah.
with any kind of attack,
Dia follow up.
Kafka will launch a
Yap.
follow-up attack.
Dah tak ada chance kan.
Blocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy.
Yeah.
And using her ultimate recovers the number
Tapi
of
aku ada
times the
Kafka,
follow-up
tapi tu,
attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up
tak ni
attacks,
pun.
better efficiency applying
guna pun.
debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now
Siapa
for
yang bunyi tu?
Flame.
Wah.
The update. He will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP.
Ni bagus juga ni skill dengan max HP kan.
Hellscape state, he is more like
Bagus lah sebab dia memang build max HP kan.
will regenerate extra
Energy senang dapat ulti dah kan.
Blade can trigger more follow-ups,
Blade cast stories, let's go.
meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now
Jing Liu,
she'll
Jing Liu
do
paling besar
damage
sekali kan.
based on her max HP.
Ulti sama lamanya.
Each time
Eh,
a
apa ni?
teammate
Ulti sama namanya
loses
pula, apa ni?
HP, Jing
Enhanced
Liu
state lah.
stacks extra
Moonlight state dalam dia ni.
Enters the spectral
Sama tiga.
transmigration state.
Seronok test Jing Liu.
Gain a stack of syzygy.
CCG kan.
Means the spectral transmigration state lasts
So
longer,
ultimate
and the
damage,
overall
dapat
damage
defense
output
strike.
climbs
Ultimate damage lah,
even
lupa.
higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are
Welcome
getting
back
some
Blade saya lah.
solid
Boleh.
upgrades.
Tapi aku lagi excited dengan Jing Liu lah. Aku macam nak run Jing Liu case stories kot.
Eidolons be affected?
Sebab dia ni dah skill HP kan.
Some of our old friends Eidolons will be
Eidolon, bagi tahu Eidolon. Itu dia tu jadi dia.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of
Eh,
their
Jing Liu.
abilities?
Jing Liu nice
That
tu.
won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely. So choose whichever version you like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Kejap je dia orang cerita pasal buff character. Okay lah kan. Tak ada apa pun.
Aside from the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand
Firefly
new
skin.
outfit
Skin yang paling mid sekali. Bapak harga 1000 apa 600.
Look at that.
Skin paling mid sekali.
Let's take a look at the
Ingatkan skin bikini ke apa? Ya Allah. Bapak mid gila siap. Okay lah, okay. Sam cantik lah kot. Generiknya lah skin.
Firefly looks
Ada kat
like
art
it's
cantik.
ever.
Dalam in-game
And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest.
macam kurang sikit kan.
A lot of thought into picking it out.
Baik dia buat
Maybe she
bikini.
even asked for
Kan ramai
fashion
orang nak.
advice from her fellow
Sam pakai
stone
bikini.
hunters.
Macam apa?
Well, Miss Kafka does have an opposite
Macam
side.
Monoko dekat
Talked a
E33.
lot about it behind the
School
scenes.
girl lah.
Yeah, Max
School
had a
girl
makeover.
spring lah kan.
You
Spring
think
lah.
she spruces it up during downtime to
Musim-musim
match her
bunga
outfit
lah.
changes?
Oh, totally possible.
Okay lah, skin Susojo je lah tu. Harga dekat 10 pool lah.
I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new color.
Dah tak pakai. Firefly aku tak pakai pun. Tadi U1 susah nak pakai.
You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using your Nyric shard.
Berapa?
And again,
Tak nak Onari Shard lah tu bukan
stay
sale
tuned
lagi.
for further details and
Tu kena
future
top up.
official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire
Mash.
limited 5-star
Okay tu tinggi dengan Yukong. Okay tu.
limited 5-star
Budget buffer.
plus
Untuk Painon. Lepas tu skill point ke laut.
have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star
Lycon baru. Remembrance. Ni untuk case stories tiba.
First half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event.
3B.
Limited 5-star characters. 3B.
Sabar lah. Okay, 3B Sunday Sparkle, okay.
Coming back.
Right.
Plus, 5-star light cones if time were a flower. A grounded ascent.
Kenapa tak je keluar kat kedai Sparkle?
Turn as well. In the
Aduh.
second half of version 3.4, we've got
Oh,
another
resolution,
round of special warp events.
Firefly Jiggly Blade. Alah. Sebab skin. Aduh. Memang skip lah. Luka Links dengan Hanya. Okay. Betul Arlan punya Lycon. What the heck? HP kan. Memang aku relax je lah patch ni.
Old friends
Tidur
are
yap.
gonna come back in this version. What about Kafka? and
3 harmony
Silver
rerun.
Here's a little sneak peek.
Sebab Sparkle untuk Archer
Characters Kafka and Silver Wolf will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, patience
Takkan
is all
Sparkle
you
masuk kedai
need,
ke?
and incessant rain will rerun as well.
Nice.
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the nameless honor rewards.
Ini
in version
kedai kan.
3.4.
Ni kedai.
I see quite a few familiar faces on
Kedai
the
ni buat apa kita nak tahu kan.
There are
Kau beli
many
better pass pun.
versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Finon
comel je.
does enjoy
Ika.
spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's
Ambil lah duit Maybank.
magics. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
3Bs dan juga 3Bios.
Alright.
Semua waktu kecil What the heck.
Still more version
Ini Lycon semua waktu kecil ke apa?
Your way.
Cool. Lepas tu lagi cerita pasal anniversary lah. Oh, ni untuk Hyacinth? Oh, ya. Yeah. Going healing of the member sprite. Oh, untuk Hyacinth lah. Tyco ni. Tyco event tak? Right, sure. Tapi macam tak bagi speed pun malas aku. Kan beberapa patch tak pernah keluar pun satu 4 star. Ada 4 star Lycon. Kali ada dia orang tak nak kejadian Gallagher berulang.
Take a look at the events.
So no more 4 star.
A piece of
Tak habis-habis origami ni. Penat aku.
At the other end of the
Oh my god.
Origami Bird Clash is about to
Salah,
begin
Fik.
in version 3.4.
Oh, is that the cute match 3 game?
Saya boleh tukar DLC Hyacinth. Tapi tak, yang tu tak bagi speed.
Officially sponsored
Hyacinth nak kena ada
Origami
speed.
Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full
Kalau
of
boleh capai
creativity
200 pakai Lycon tu, okey ya?
Cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up
At least
the
200.
original shop arcade on the
Kalau
shop
rasa healing tak cukup lah.
belt spot.
Sebab Lycon tu just
There
macam
needs to be
utilities
some
je.
new game modes for the game to make a
So
name
far aku
for
rasa Hyacinth okey je.
Of course.
Ah.
This time, The two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate
Sebab ISC speed lagi penting daripada HP.
extra moves.
So SU punya
You'll
Lycon
also
still
get
nombor
extra
1 lah.
moves when you swap two super
Untuk
bombs to
F2P.
trigger combo elimination.
Oh no!
Oh my god, malahnya mendalah ni weh, Candy Crush ni.
Supposed to deal with
Zaman bila ni? 2.0.
In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field.
1 juta tak, dia kena 200
Also
at least.
make them more powerful.
As long as you
200.
pick up the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
Sebab kita nak dapatkan access tu. Aku F2P boleh capai 203?
this time.
204. Mesti korang boleh punya kan.
Battle against many old friends and
Relic kena god lah.
in addition to participating in story challenges.
Sebab tu dia tak nak bagi aku E1. Sebab nanti kan terlalu ni kan.
Challenges with friends from
Terlalu padu pula.
across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new
Oh, multiplayer mod. Hello, kau. Oh, kau. Oh, kita boleh gang ah. Oh, jom gang aku.
For slamming
Main ni.
bird.
Ini main sehari lepas tu dah. Siapa nak main multiplayer?
version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey
10 pun. Rasa macam mid lah.
3.4.
Okay lah, mungkin lah siapa yang tak ada harmoni tu boleh lah.
Some of the strange events
Double, triple lah.
complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In
Oh,
version
double.
3.4, stagnant
Alright,
shape of
ni yang
sea
boleh dia duk tanya kan.
and
Essential material macam ni. Tengok je lah stream lah.
Bud of
Ni ada lah.
Twilight for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of
Arcadia
Golden
kan, baru,
Waves and
Python.
Revelry by the Sea
Reverie ni
will
dot
also
kau boleh
come
tahu lupa aku.
online.
Itu aku tahu.
Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
Oh tak. Arcadia
I'd like to share with you
Ayah,
some
dot.
information
Nama dia tu
about a
dot.
few events outside the game. First,
Yang satu lagi tu
the
Python.
annual Hoyo Fest off-white exhibition.
Hoyo
will begin
Fest.
in July. This year's event venue.
Saya introvert, saya tak pergi Yo Fest.
And the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
Kalau kat Penang pergi.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event
Kalau
missions
KL
and
malah.
new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
Beritahu lah sekarang.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July.
Yo, jom pergi Los
Visit Star Rail
Angeles.
booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for
Apa,
Honkai
7 bulan
Star
3,
will
3 bulan
also be
7
held
je.
at Anime Expo.
Oh, trash
featuring
taste pun ada
several
Giguk.
special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You
Okay.
seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Collab.
I am a professional singer.
Excalibur.
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Hey, what's going on?
Excalibur.
Ah!
Cik glitchy kan buat sebab semat pula.
Whether or not you're
Oh, dengan mangkuk ayun diorang ni je.
concept of a holy
IPC
grail.
je.
Welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collabs.
Unlimited Blade Work Kuat sikit lah.
Long time no see, everyone.
Air dia lain-lain eh.
From the
Ni macam air ni, air macam air anggur.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be speaker?
Son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present this situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from Old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Wow. Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's
Ya,
right.
senang kan kalau nak buat dunia lain pergi kat Penaconi je. Masuk dalam mimpi lepas tu masuk kat dalam dunia fate kan. Itu lah lebih kurang kan.
Said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that
Senang.
can manifest any miracle.
Penaconi
And the
kan boleh
Holy Grail
tidur dalam
War
mimpi
is a
kan.
magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That daggum Wubba-Boo Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Holy Grail.
Hey, don't forget that Penaconi prides itself on being a
Aku tak
holiday
tengok
resort.
Fate, so tak tahu
How
lah.
are they gonna attract
Tapi yang dia
tourists
cakap
if
ni
they
macam
don't
Holy
have
Grail
any
tu
Besides,
baru dia boleh
didn't
apa,
the last Charmony Festival have a little
merealisasikan
accident?
impian. Impian tercapai. Siapa yang ada Holy Grail. Yelah
The
kot.
family's definitely
Semua orang nak
gonna
berebut.
find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penaconi and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penaconi to the cosmic
Kepala otak dia
limelight.
kata Charmony Festival tu apa?
The show is sure to attract a lot of money.
Ni macam
and a
Battle
lot
Royale
of
kot. Tak
dreams.
adalah. The Holy Grail ni macam
I bet old Odie is thinking of the same
banyak
thing.
puak-puak berebut lah.
Sweet
Benda lah
Dreams
cawan
and
tu.
The Holy
Ha.
Grail War program will be conducted in Penaconi. The 7 invited participants will
Ah,
summon
7.
famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their
Ah,
servants.
7
And the
orang
final winner
lawan.
will receive the
Dapat
precious opportunity
tournament
to make their wish come true.
Boleh lah kata
Chance
Battle
to
Royale
make
juga
any
kan. Ah,
wish
boleh lah.
and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But as we all know, people die.
Bull Hill ni keluar je pistol dia.
Bullets
Risau
don't
aku tertembak
discriminate.
burung.
So someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right, all right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant
Oh, ramai
Feldspar, shareholder
Oh, apa ni, hire
Penaconi
HMC?
superstar, the Soul Glad festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well, as
Robin
another
pun masuk
Penaconian
kan?
shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate.
Oh, patutlah
in
dia buat dia
this
juga.
Holy Grail War.
Patutlah dia orang yang ada kat sini.
I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other
banyak kat tu, kau baru
participants that
mention
we've
empat.
been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Itu dia. Lancer tak tunjuk kan?
Spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Saber Archer Lancer tak tunjuk.
This is how you attract attention.
Lancer
Now
siapa?
we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who, Trailblazers will have to find out.
Warna biru rambut eh.
Here's
Siapa
a
tak jadi
reminder
karakter?
that the Honkai Star Rail and
Tak dapat karakter,
Wednesday
dapat
Night
masuk ni je.
Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for it. Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another
Cameo
world.
je eh.
Oh,
Ha.
yes!
Saber's dress seems a little different from you.
Oh, tak ada VA English lah.
Penacony.
Well, this is the planet
Oh,
of
tak ada
festivities
VA
after
English.
all. You gotta
Rip
dress up
VA
for the
English.
Exactly right. The King of Knights
Dia main Jepun lah kot waktu main ni.
Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains
Ahoge,
the
rambut
ability
dia.
of a king, and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well,
Makan benda lah tu. Dah.
いつでも出陣できます燃えさせ騎士の魂よはっストライクエア
Selamat mengepul.
クイス
Excalibur! Excalibur!
聖剣解放
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That
Dah tak ada apa-apa explanation pun kan. Tunjuk je.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
Ada kot, ada.
How come the King of Knights
Wait.
is always stuck
Kita lah
in
pasal dia
place,
punya apa,
even in Penacony?
special
Oh, looks like
energy,
Penacony
special
included
energy
way
apa,
much to her
jerigen.
liking.
that's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a
tu.
wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she
Core
enters battle.
resonance.
If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her
Sunday
basic
3B,
attack, she can deal
Energy
damage
lah,
to a
oh,
single
dah.
enemy.
The King of Knights
Semua
is
geng-geng
cautious
ni
as
kecuali
ever
3B lah. 3B buff lah
I
kan.
see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any
14
other ways
eh,
to obtain
14.
core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow
Wind
to
King,
the
eh?
enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of
Core resonance. Yep. Itu je lah, pusing-pusing je lah.
If the sum of Saber's
Core
energy and the
resonance,
energy
isi
she
ulti,
regenerates
lepas tu pakai
consuming
ulti,
core
isi core
resonance
resonance,
exceeds
isi
the
ulti,
amount
pakai
of
ulti
energy
ulang
she
tu.
needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah. So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
True.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and
More
future,
teammate
but it
action,
also
more core
represents the
resonance,
noble
more core
ideal of
resonance,
the
more
tale of the
energy,
hearts
more
of
energy,
the
more
countless
ulti, more
soldiers
ulti,
who
more
once
core
fought
resonance.
our
Alright.
Alright, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our
Kalau
next
ada teammate yang boleh bagi
heroic
energy dengan scrub ulti, sedap lah macam Sunday.
Seems like
Wow,
Archer
kan.
cares about this Holy
Lagi
Grail
cepat lah.
war very much. He put on a new outfit too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes,
So far kalau
Captain.
Archer ni best in slot support dia sparkle lah kan. Aku tak rasa Seidra akan bagi skill point ke apa, tapi tak tahulah, kena
It
tunggu lah.
has the classic
By the
red
time
black
dia
look,
orang yang keluar dah kan
reminiscent
Seidra.
of a blazing fire in the deep
Dia
night,
ni perlukan skill
imbued
point.
with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness.
Damage dia
and
based on
strength.
berapa
Ah,
banyak
you got
skill kan.
that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Muka NPC muka macam apa? Kartun Inazuma 11. Tembak lagi. Boom.
I am the bone of my soul. Unlimited blade works.
Unlimited Blade Works ah. Pelik apa pelat
So
bunyi.
that's unlimited blade works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
Muka macam virgin tu lah.
Bone of my
I am
sword.
the storm that is
That sentence sure
approach.
brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well, then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
Siapa je yang pakai basic
Archer
attack?
in close combat.
Cypher Sparkle
Give him that.
That's
Boleh
right.
lah, boleh lah.
But Archer hasn't
Archer
exactly
ni boleh tahu juga dia punya
slept
burst
off on
tu.
his marksmanship training since
I'm the
coming
bone
to
of my
combat.
sword. Oh.
When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill
Ay, banyaknya
points to
skill
enter
points,
the
9
circuit
eh.
connection state, dealing damage to one
Yang
designated
Sparkle
enemy.
ada.
While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill,
Betul.
and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Betul?
Heads up. The more times you use his skill consecutively, the more
Oh,
damage
damage,
Archer
ah.
deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points.
Ah, Bullhill
He
scam.
just couldn't help himself.
Dia kata tak payah risau lah, skip pasal skill point.
When he uses
Scam.
his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies.
Tak boleh kau
and
nak, kalau
obtain
boleh kau
special
nak at
charge.
least pakai
And
skill dia
that's
3
a wrap
kali
on
dalam
Archer's
turn dia.
introduction. Now, I
Supaya
have
dapat
great
maximum
news
damage.
for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July
Ooh,
11th
free!
until the
Woo!
end of version 3.6,
Oh, lepas tu dapat apa, material pun free lah. Sampai level 60, oh, okay.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
Material upgrade pun free, bagus ah.
Every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave
Tak payah
over
grind.
the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you,
Tak nak lah, aku quantum aku dah ada ni.
pursuers across this vast universe,
Sekarang dia ambil aku
bring
punya 3B.
you all the wonderful memories in the
Pakai aku
days to
cuy.
come.
Mudahkan sikit daripada show tu kan.
How about that?
Kejut juga dia bagi free tu.
5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more. Later this year, Trailblazers will get another.
Oh, hujung tahun dapat lagi.
limited 5-star
Dapat lagi 5 star.
Only for free.
Hujung tahun ni dapat lagi 5 star. Woo!
Eyes on the present now. I'm not quite done yet.
Bagus ah.
Besides claiming
Ongkai star
Archer
real.
for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Kenapa dia orang tak bagi terus
These versions
level
got
60
a lot of
je?
characters to level
Suruh
up
je
at.
orang tekan kan, bagi apa?
Let's check out the banner details.
Bagi seronok
Once the
tekan
collab
kan.
starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use
Alright,
Star Rail
ni
special
11
passes
hari
and
bulan
character
7.
collaboration
Yelah.
warps, Excalibur,
Lebih kurang 2 minggu
and
lepas
the
banner
Golden
first lah.
Eye Sword to obtain the limited 5-star
Kau sekarang ada aku
character,
baru semangat
Saber,
support
and Archer
Genshin ku
respect.
never tu lah.
In the Light Cone collaboration war, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, a thankless coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited
Yalah, kita
5-star
tahu lah
Light
tahun ni kita
Cone,
dapat
the
2
Hell
5 star.
Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and
Alright.
also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners. But neither carries over to other types of warps.
Betul lah, ni yang banner tu lah.
It's worth mentioning here
special
that the
banner.
character and Lycone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Okay,
Does,
so
long
berapa lama tu
term
berapa lama?
Even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Lycones.
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
These
sampai
collab banners
4.0.
will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, okay. Sekarang ni tak tahu bila tamat lagi. Maksudnya infinite lah.
For you all.
Sampai kontrak tamat lah.
Entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts.
Hah?
After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers
200 bila pool 200?
Star Rail special passes,
Dapat
Directly obtain
Eh.
the limited 5-star light cone. The hell were ideal.
Oh okey tak kisah mana-mana banner pun. Oh okey. Pool je 200.
In other words,
Tapi
after
aku
the 3.4
tidur.
update and before the collab event starts.
Alright, so maksudnya ni
any
menyebabkan
Star Rail
siapa
special
nak
passes used
vertical
in the banner
investment
for Conan
Archer
or other rerun characters
tak payah
will
risau
still
pasal
count
Icon.
towards the
Kau
total,
pull
right?
200, kau dapat Icon free. Ah, okey. Okey.
Now, as the collab
Nak menggalakkan orang vertical investment ni aku. Edolon Archer, okey.
I'd like to say to all of us, let's take a quick break.
Tak apalah, aku tak perlu pun like Icon ni.
Hear their special
Dah.
messages.
Alright.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セー
こんばんは
バー役のカズメヤコです。
Yep.
崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイト
All in Pinot and Saber. Dia mana-mana pun boleh. Mana-mana banner akan kumpul 200.
とてもワクワクしています。
Tak kisahlah special banner ke, banner Pinot pun boleh. Mana-mana pun boleh.
剣を手に運命
Cukup 200 dapat 5 star like Icon.
厳しい冒険の中でも
apa
前へと
Archer
進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中は
Kalau nak pull at least pakai 200 lah.
混ざり合い新たな魅力が
Kalau nak like Icon lah. Kalau tak nak tak payah.
あまり多くは
Kalau
話さ
nak
ない
pakai
のです
Archer.
が、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。
Okay.
このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、
And to end things
開
off,
拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
are you my master? No.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレイドワークスのコラボが
Unlimited と
間もな
Blade
く
Work
開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニーで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないで
Tak
しょ
tahu
うか。
pun VA siapa.
崩壊ス
Sebab aku main Star Rail main bahasa Inggeris.
戦う姿が見られるのが
Macam muak
本当に
saya dengar
楽しみ
bahasa
です
Jepun je kan.
おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をど
Tapi
の
tak ada
ように
bahasa
最
tak ada
適
bahasa
していくのか
Inggeris ni kena lah main
その
macam
行
Jepun
方
ni.
をぜひ見届けてください。
Oh satu sekunda.
収
Oh.
録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。
Animation dia
いや
cantik
素晴
lah.
らしかったです。
Cantik.
今回のコラボ
Lagi
企
cantik
画
daripada
の
Saber.
中でアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Okay.
All right. Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages.
Adventuring
Star
topi.
Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch. We want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the
Hilang dah topi Adventuring. Mana topi kau?
Thank
Kejap
you
keluar
to the
topi, kejap tak keluar
Animation
topi.
Production Committee and everyone else
Pakailah
involved
topi tu.
for all their hard work on this collab.
Kita tengok Adventuring ni.
Much appreciated.
Honestly, it's
Tak boleh
only
diam,
with this
tak boleh
kind of
diam.
dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy.
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels,
Alright.
organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that
One man.
red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past
Argentina je lah orang
riders through the
Argentina.
user's memories. So in
Okay lah, tournament kan. Okay lah. Alright.
many familiar and old friends.
Warisan, pemain warisan. Pemain warisan Apa salah aku punya case stories kalah dengan Kafka lah. Aduh. Penipu tu. Marah tu kan.
Means losing health. And when your health hits zero, you're out.
Kalau Astro agak-agak ada full tak tahu. Aku tak tahu. Aku tak tengok
At the start
fit.
of the
Tak tahu.
game, Trailblazers
Tak
get
tahu
some
benda
free
ke cakap
pieces,
Astro
each with
datang apa.
different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff.
Tak apa, nanti ada auto
Pieces of the
slot
same
kan, slot
class
je.
have bonds between them too.
Ah!
Collect enough pieces
Selalu
of the
dia
same
explain ni
class,
kan.
and you activate
Macam kan,
special
sekali
bond
auto je.
effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Penat-penat je explain kan. Sebab tu aku kalau buat macam ringkasan, aku tak ada cakap pasal benda-benda ni. Alright. Sebab kesudahannya kan kau pilih je apa-apa yang kau rasa macam oh, okay. Lepas tu kau auto je.
Extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
Kau pergi ruang main tadi tiba-tiba ganti dengan 3B.
Off. Forking
Yo, 2 juta.
Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics.
Okay.
Higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch tip,
Oh.
Trailblazers.
Alright, so ni macam
Oh,
yang
don't
tu lah
worry
kan.
too much.
Yang macam
After
Diu
all, this
punya
is a reality
conundrum
show
eh.
competition and just for entertainment. The
Mesti
organizers of Fate Stay
corruption
have
level
also
tinggi tu
prepared
bagi
a
reward
special
buku
protected
XP
mode
kan.
competition. In
Yeah.
protected mode,
Yang bagi Stella
Trailblazers
Jet,
can
Stella
fight
Jet
using
mesti
trial
macam
characters, and enemy
level 1,
strength
level
is
2, level
toned
3.
down.
This way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
Stay the night eh.
Score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Yes. Stella Jet. Tu yang now.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts.
2
Trailblaze
parts.
Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each session.
Busy jugalah sebenarnya T.4.
So much
Sebab kita start
Alright.
main story.
Big thanks again to
Lepas tu,
our 2 guests. That wraps up
sebelah
today's
bulan,
Fate collab update.
dapat lagi konten kan. Oh, busy
Your
ke ah.
mission is complete.
Selalu kan macam
It's all part of the
lepas 3
job.
minggu macam tu kan.
Anything for the Trailblazers.
Ini 2 minggu dah dapat konten baru kan.
My honored
Okay
masters.
lah.
Let's
Sebab ada
meet
collab
again
kan.
in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Dah habis dah tu je.
See you next time.
Bye.
Pula-pula. Apa lah tiba-tiba horror. Amdu. Habis dah eh? Aku tak tengok lagi trailer dia. Sekejap aku tengok trailer jap. Trailer tadi. Tadi aku solat eh.
最近エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
Tak bagi bonus sebab
エル
3.4.
シオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。
Itu ah soundtrack ni.
黎明を灯す。星々を燃やし尽くす。諸行をもたらそう。第1回
Oh, dia bagi 2 trailer lah. Holy Grail dengan ni. Alright.
とあなたが私のマスター。
Tak habis-habis Ayu my master.
燃えたて騎士の魂よ。暴風よ舞い上がれ。
もう少し
OK
手応えがあると思ったのね。
Cool betul.
機は熟した。逃げ場はない。
Banyak yang lebah ruan meh.
打ち滅ぼせ。
Masa dia
汝は
Kepala betul.
大白の黎明が訪れるまで灼熱の太陽を背負い続け
Suara Alicia kan.
だから呼び出して殺し合わせて勝者が全てを手に入れるのか。行かなくちゃいけない。
That
背負わないといけないんだ。
キノコに伝説はあれど
pening lah dia orang tukar-tukar
いないと
お任せを。
antara 2 story kan.
これにて完成。宝石の余震をもって来世に暁を。
Ah, tu cycle kan. Cycle. Berapa cycle dah final jalan kan. Ini berapa banyak cycle. Berapa banyak timeline dah dia pergi? 21 juta. Bapak ah. Tak dapat-dapat lagi kan. Nak preserve dimension tu. Asyik-asyik hancur kan. Yup. Bapak ah. Berapa cycle bila kita datang baru okey, baru nak macam ada chance sikit lah kan. Sebab ada macam 2 flame chaser, 3 2 lah. Termasuk kita 3 lah kan. 2 flame chaser baru lah kan, ada Marsh dengan Dang kan. Yang tak keluar lagi. Bapak ah. 20 juta lah dia mati, hidup balik, mati hidup balik. Okey, habis. Okey, itulah dia. Okey lah. Live stream dia untuk siapa yang looking forward untuk 3.4, aku rasa hype lah kot. Untuk aku ni je lah kot, tak ada apa. Tapi agak terkejut dia orang tak bagi bonus kan. Sebab anniversary dia orang macam tak nak umpan orang. Dia umpan melalui 200 pool dapat free 5 star icon. Itu je yang aku rasa highlight. Event pun macam Holy Grail tu je. Bukan selalu macam ada 2. Event pun macam tak banyak lah. Ada double plana, double relic ke apa tadi kan. Ya. Holy Grail dia. Candy Crush. Aku lupa ya. Sebab Candy Crush tu ulang aku lupa siap. Aku lupa dia recycle Candy Crush Okey lah. Boleh lah. Alright. Tak, itu bukan highlight pun. Itu bukan highlight. Highlight dia biasa lah. Macam biasa lah dia. Apa? Yang 200 tu lah. 200 pool tu yang tu aku rasa macam okey sikit lah. 10 pool tu biasa lah kan. Yang 200 pool dapat icon tu okey lah. Untuk siapa yang nak main Archer kan. Okey lah. Yang tak ada quantum DPS kan. Nak main Archer kan. Sonok tak? Tak tahu nak guna 3B kat mana kan. Okey, tu je lah kot untuk kita punya stream aku rasa. Kita akan jumpa dekat beta nanti kot 3.5. Tak sabar nak guna seri draw dengan Highslane ni. Highslane probably aku tak kerti pakai. Lagi 10 hari. Alright. Bye. See you next time. Jumpa lagi.